But guys, understand, don't get in a competition with, don't get into a match with your competition. What is everybody else selling? Like you told me earlier, other people are selling radiant barrier, right?
Well, sure they are. Lots of people are.
Okay, you know what, we're not here to sell you a radiant barrier. What we're here to do is see if we can save you energy, and what we do is what's called a home energy makeover. Now you're like most folks, what does that mean? Okay, well, one of the first things we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at multiple points. Number one, do you have enough insulation in your home? Do you have any infrared insulation in your home? What's a homeowner gonna ask me?
I don't know what infrared
What's
is.
infrared?
It's infrared. Okay, that's stopping the sun, the heat from the sun, and all that heat from getting in your attic. We'll talk a little bit more about it. Then what we're gonna look at is, let's think about how smart we are. You ever open a window in your house and it slams the door? Creates a vacuum, right?
Sure.
Well, how smart are we? We cut a hole in the middle of our ceiling. So every time the kids or somebody opens a door, what are we creating? A vacuum, and what's it doing to all that heat that's in your attic?
It's sucking it down.
Yeah, and in the cold climates, what's it doing to all that cold in the winter? Sucking it down into your home because of that vacuum. So, what the U.S. Department of Energy tells you, if you seal that attic door up as part of it, you can save 2 to 4% off of your energy cost just from doing that. The second thing is, think about our garage. Where do they put most of the hot water heaters here? In the garage, right?
Yep,
And is your garage blazing hot in the summer?
yep.
Ungodly. And most of them, we put an aluminum door. And all that heat comes in, and there's a wall there that keeps the heat in your house separated, correct? So imagine if we dropped that garage door or garage temperature by 30 to 40 degrees. Do you think that would make a difference on the cooling in your home? If it didn't have to combat all that heat, especially if you got a great room above your garage, guess what it's gonna do? So on your aluminum garage doors, we're gonna insulate those that'll drop that interior temperature. Now, do you leave your car running at night in the driveway idling?
No,
Why not?
'cause it's wasteful.
It's wasteful. Let's think about our hot water tank. Once the water cools down, what does it do automatically?
It goes back up from the thermostat.
Yeah, it turns it back on. So it's constantly running as it gets hot and cold. Okay? So the U.S. Department of Energy says that if you wrap your hot water tank with an R24 wrap, okay? And folks, I want you to understand there's many hot water tank wraps out there. Most of them are only R5 to R10. If you put an R24 on there, it can save you between 4 and 9% in your overall energy costs, because when it cools, it takes it longer to cool off, so guess what? It's not going to run as much. Okay? The energy efficient light bulbs, some people don't like them, they're hard to get along with. We're going to take a walk around your home. Have you folks done any of them yet? Okay, have you done all of
I
them
have
in your
in my
home?
house, mhm.
You did every one?
Yep.
You know it's a great thing. Do you realize the savings you're achieving out of them?
Yeah, I mean, we just recently did it, so
Okay.
they're just weird.
They are
It's,
weird.
you know what I mean? When you're not used to something, it's the transition.
Well, the U.S. Department of Energy will tell you they're between $10 and $15 a year
Oh wow. Okay.
per bulb.
Right.
So if you got 20 bulbs times 10, it's $200 a year, right? What's that over 10 years?
$2,000.
$2,000 just from replacing your light bulbs. So it's good you already got those done. Now, if they don't have them done, we're going to give you 24 of those light bulbs. Okay? And one of the other things we look at is, we all know that energy is going to go up, and we're going to get into that here in a little bit, but we give you an energy tracker. And what this does is make you conscious of things running in your house. Basically, it's an extension of your electric meter running out on your house, only right on the counter. Okay? And guess how many of my 14-year-old daughter's straightening irons she still has after I saw this thing with those things plugged in?
Are you
None.
serious? Really?
Oh, yeah.
It'll crank that thing. That thing just starts spinning
my.
and spinning and spinning and spinning and going. So, but it made me aware. It also made me aware she'd leave her TV on all night, so I bought timers for the TV. That is actually saving me about $15 a month, just in that, because they leave it on all night. So we're gonna go ahead and typically we'll include one of those. Also, your hot water pipes. Again, we're gonna go down, we're gonna take a reading on those, and typically when you go to a hot water tank, if you take this here, and shoot where the water's coming out, you go 3 feet from the tank, the temperature will drop 20 degrees. So by insulating those, for instance in your home, when you start a shower, you gotta wait to get in it. That's because all the water back to the hot water pipe is already cooled down. So it's gotta push all that water out in that pipe, where this will help keep that heat in. It won't take as long to heat it up, thus you don't waste as much hot water. So you see how that can be beneficial to 2 to 4% as well. Then we're gonna take a look if you got any problem windows in your home. You know, don't get afraid here, folks. I know not replacing your windows, there's alternative to replacing windows, even though we have a sister company that does replace windows, but there are alternatives to doing that. So we're gonna take a walk around your home, and we're gonna see exactly what's done and what needs to be done in the home, okay? Now, as we walk around the home, we'll look at all these things. We're gonna look at, do they have an attic cover on the entrance? Yes or no? Okay? Pass or fail? Okay? Do they have the correct R value of insulation in the home? Do you know how, and I'll teach you guys how to do that, to find that out. Do they have reflective insulation? Yes or no? Do they have soffit ventilation? Now, do you know how to tell if they got soffit ventilation? Okay. Especially when it's daylight out. If you go in the attic and leave it dark, guess what you'll see all the way? You'll see the light. If you do not see the light, they don't have the right amount of ventilation. It doesn't matter how much insulation you put in there. It's not gonna help them. Ventilation is crucial to all insulations. Okay? Insulated outlet covers, not so big here, but real big in the Northeast where you feel those cold drafts coming through in the winter. Do you have a programmable thermostat? Okay? This is what I like to call my bait question. If they don't, why do we need one? Well, it can help, you know, eliminate your costs. Would you folks be interested in learning how you could get a free one? That's what I'm gonna throw in if I got it with them. Okay, we'll look at their hot water tank. Are the water heater pipes wrapped? Are the windows insulated? Do they have low E or are they clear glass? Do you know how to tell if they have low E?
I do, absolutely.
Okay. Doors, we're gonna take a quick look at them. You got any things hanging off, anything tore off on that nature? Fireplace is not big here, but if they have a fireplace, they're a huge energy waster. Huge. Because they're not sealed tight. It's almost like your attic door. So they create a huge vacuum. The light bulbs, is the garage door insulated? Only if it's a metal door. You can't help a wood door. Only on metal doors. And crawl space if they have it. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask you this because you go into the home. What would you say, and these are questions I'll ask when I'm in the home, what would you say the average energy bill is around here?
That's a big variety question, but I'll give you an average, $250.
$250. Do we have a pen for this board?
Yeah, we sure do.
Up for the board?
All of the deals are right inside here. Hang on, we're gonna get you set up.
Just give me